Okay, this is a quick tutorial on just working with the default WordPress editor. So this is the editor that works with posts and pages and everything else. It's what's called a WYSIWYG editor, which just means what you see is what you get. So it's pretty straightforward. You enter your text in here and you have some controls up here. They're kind of like Microsoft Word, so if you're familiar with that, you should be able to at least get started on here. So you can enter in text right in this area. And I have a mode. If you have this checked, they call it distraction-free writing mode. That's why the side is going away. So you have your text in here. Pretty straightforward. You can hit enter to go to a new paragraph, add some more text, whatever you want to do. If you want to make text bigger, I get that question a lot. Generally, you don't change the size of your just body text, but you might want a headline of some kind. So what you can do is highlight the text, and you're going to select any one of these, heading 1 through 6. With most websites, it's going to get smaller as you go down. Might even format it slightly differently. So if I want a heading 1, it's going to be a nice big block of text there. And then we have text down here. So one thing you can do as well, so if you hit enter or return, you're going to get a full kind of break to the next line. And it will be a totally different thing. So if I add more text here and I highlight it and I want to change it to one of these, it should stand on its own. So let's make it at 2 there. However, if you were to do the same thing, if I have text here and then I hold down shift, you can go down to the immediate next line and it'll actually be part of that same kind of grouping. So this one is text. If I add more text here, you'll notice that whatever I change this one to, it will also change that first one too. So that's just something to keep in mind. In addition to those things, we also have, you've got bulleted lists. You can bold or italicize text. These ones are already bold, so bolding it doesn't do a whole lot. You can add links. So if you want to link this, just check it. Click this Insert Edit Link button. Add your link there. You might want to go to Google and click Apply, and now it's a link to Google. You can also edit these links if you click it and click Edit. You can change it if you click this little Link Options button. You can make it open in a new tab. You can adjust that link, or you can search your own site for content that you have. There's a lot of other options. You can kind of look around and see what's in there. I mean, you can change what side the text aligns to. Fairly straightforward. You can change text color here. Most of that's pretty straightforward. The other questions I get are for media. So if you want to add media, check kind of the line where you want it to appear. We can make it a line left or right after this, but you're going to click Add Media. You can select from your media library, or you can upload files. You can drag them right here, or click Select Files and choose one on your computer. Let's say I want to just select one that I already have. You can check the one you want. You can add information in here, and I do recommend you take advantage of it for SEO reasons, but it's not absolutely required. And then down here is where you're going to change the alignment and some other options. So alignment, maybe we want it to sit on the right. Link to, that means if you click on it, what's going to happen. A lot of times you might just do media file, which means when they click it, the full size version will load up just by itself. But a lot of times you're just going to want to do none. And then you can also choose the size. So in this case, full size is just the full size of that actual image file. And then I have a couple other options. Maybe I want it to just be medium. Then you click Insert into Post. And there it is. So this one also included its caption in this case. You can also edit it. You can click on it. You can align it differently. Kind of see how that goes. And you can click Edit here. And you'll be able to change some of this information again. You can also remove it just by clicking this X. Now, as you're editing, you're going to want to see how this is actually looking. So what you'd want to do is click this preview button. In this case, it opens up in a new tab, so you can't see it, but it will show you what it will look like on your actual website every time you do that. You can also save drafts. And then when you're done, of course, you just click Publish, and it will go live right then. So those are most of the basics. The only other tip I'd recommend, make sure which tab you're on. So Visual tab is probably the one you're going to want to use unless you know how to code. If you go to text, you're going to see some of the code behind it. and generally you don't want that. So just stay on visual. It'll be a lot easier for you. Most of the sites we build, we have a separate tool. That's what this third tab is, that makes this whole process a lot more visual and a little bit easier. But if your site doesn't have that, then you'll be working with this. So feel free to reach out if you have any additional questions about this.